Okay, so hi there, Madam Blogger, if I can call you that. First of all, what's your name and what's the name of your blog?
My name is Renuka and my blog is Starfage.
Okay. And what's your blog about?
Well, our blog, I run it with my partner Christian Kimber. Our blog is it's about two things. First of all, we'd like to think it's more about style than it is about fashion. And then second of all, we like to spend time discovering or finding kind of new talent rather than mainstream things. So on our site we also have a section where we promote independent designers like Trousers London and Brat and Susie and Red and White.
Hey, Brat and Susie, they're familiar names to us.
Oh, of course, because they're on your site.
Absolutely. So just expand a bit more about style rather than fashion, just so that we're all really clear what you mean by that, your concept of that.
Sure. Well, I guess we're referring to something more enduring. So there are so many trends that come and go, like skinny jeans, or I don't know, exposed zips, for example, and that's something that we consider fashion, and we look at more enduring style to do with clothes and lifestyle. For instance, Christian writes a lot about suiting and very classic things, and I spend a bit of time kind of focusing on, for instance, how shoes should be worn or how accessories should be worn, and different ways to do that rather than kind of new trends and mainstream brands.
Okay, alright, so basically looking for something that's a bit different as well, and is it also allowing you to accept their own style?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, you can walk down around Oxford Circus, you see a lot of people who don't suit certain styles wandering around in something they've bought from Topshop because it's a Topshop. So, you know, we prefer looking at things that, you know, it might not suit everyone, but we think are stylish for a more enduring reason than the sake of the fact that they are in the window of Urban Outfitters or some other high street retailer.
Okay, so you think that people should embrace their own concept of style, so what suits you and what your style is?
Yeah, definitely. I think that you know, there's always something really fun about fashion, and that's what draws people to it. It's something that's it's in constant revolution, and I think that's really fun. But I think people should, you know, think more for themselves rather than letting high street retailers or Stylist magazine or things like that decide for them based on advertising or visual merchandising. So
okay, wonderful. And who are your followers?
Well, we've only been up for 3 months or so. But what we've learned is we've got a real array of readers, both men and women, because we've got 2 separate style feeds, one for each. We'd like to think that they are people who are looking for something different. We started our blog because basically Christian and I were both writing for separate blogs, other blogs, like Fashion Beans for instance, and we decided we weren't really happy with the output and the calibre of writing that was going on, and the content as well. So we kind of created a style page to offer something new to readers, and we'd like to think that the same frustrated people who find kind of an outlet in our site, something a bit more interesting and
okay, so just I'll come back to the followers in a moment. Just another question. Style Sage, how did you come about the name?
When we decided to collaborate and join it on our sites and make one site together, we spent loads of time thinking about a name. We thought, I mean, it is really important, the name of the site, and we had hundreds of draft ideas, and we really spent a lot of time on it. It's really frustrating that we couldn't come up with anything perfect. And then we thought, we'll go with what Christian's original site was called, which is Christian Human Style Stage. And we chose it because of obviously style. We wanted to focus on style more than fashion. And as a stage rather, as a source of wisdom. So style stage seemed to work for us.
Okay, style with wisdom. Okay, or the wisdom of style. Very interesting. So let's go back to this to your follower, and in your mind when you're writing, you must have an image of the female or the male that you believe is following you. So obviously you don't see your followers, and they don't normally see you, but of course now they're going to get a chance to. So in your mind, could you maybe just try to give us a sort of a mental image of the type of person that you see reading and being interested in your blog?
Sure.
And maybe the age group, the demographics of them.
Okay. Well, it's probably people around that age, so anywhere between 18 to late 20s. People who are really interested in finding something new, people who don't always hang out in the obvious haunts in high streets. We kind of like to investigate everywhere from, the little alleys in Brighton to somewhere right out east to down south. We like to think that they're more investigative people and keen to find something new and open to new ideas. People who probably wear their personality and dress for the mood they're in. As you can tell, I'm sick at the moment. People who find the way they dress important because it says something about them and the way they're feeling.
Okay, so it's an extension of their personality.
Exactly.
Okay, wonderful. Now, just one last direct question about your blog and blogging and how it's affected your life and your lifestyle. How has blogging affected your life and your lifestyle?
It's made us both a lot busier.
Are you enjoying it?
Really enjoying it. You become start seeing things in different ways. So I guess if you worked as a butcher, every cut of meat that crosses your path becomes something of interest, and you probably pick it apart and analyse it. So we find ourselves kind of wandering around town, analysing every little thing.
And do you do this full time?
No, we don't.
Okay.
So Christian actually works off Selborne Road at a luxury footwear designer named Lodger.
Okay.
And I work at a brand consultancy called Miller & Brown.
A what?
A brand consultancy.
Okay, great.
So working with communication strategy and Christian's kind of working in production for Lodger. So it's not our full-time job, but we definitely have started seeing things with style stage glasses a lot more. We just got our Fashion Week passes. Yes, that's quite exciting, and going to a lot more events basically.
And would you blog full time if you had the chance to?
If we could, if it paid the bills, but at this point, I don't think that's possible. I mean, it is really fun, and I used to be a journalist. Christian was writing and fashion, but it was never I guess intentionally something that would end up as our careers. I think it was more something that we both really enjoyed doing, and we kind of saw a gap for it.
Okay. And how do you feel about being nominated for the Cosmo Blog Awards? Especially since the blog is actually quite new, isn't it?
Yeah, well actually we're nominated for the new blogger category, new fashion blogger category, which is really exciting because we are really new. But hopefully that's some kind of reflection of people enjoying what we do and appreciating, I guess, the size. We're hoping to do a collaboration with Cosmopolitan as well, magazine, a couple of others as well from that mag, which is it's quite a lot of fun.
Okay. And how do you feel you actually won the Cosmo Blog Awards?
We feel well, it's based on votes from the public, so we have refrained from voting for ourselves. So we'd like to think it would be a representation of our support and people really enjoying the site. So if we won, it would be amazing.
Okay. And so do you think the Blog Awards are here to stay?
I think increasingly fashion bloggers are gaining a lot more credibility in the fashion world, and I think that a way to gauge the popularity of them and success of them, kind of a popular demand, is a really nice way to measure that success and value. I think that bloggers are increasingly becoming. There's a lot of bloggers, a lot of rubbish out there, and there are a lot of great bloggers out there. I think one of my favourite blogs is Me Writes the Internet, by a friend of mine, Michelle Gibbs, and I really got into writing because of her and enjoying her blog. But I think, not everyone and dog should just start writing a blog. I think it's important to have some kind of USP, because no one really wants to hear about, what you did this weekend, or I don't know.
So do you think the Blog Awards are a way of sort of self-monitoring sort of the industry? Or?
Yeah, it's a really good way of doing that, and then beyond that also kind of rewarding, kind of supporting people for good work. I'd hope that they're around to stay. I know there are a few publications who are running awards, and I hope they are here to stay.
Okay, wonderful. What's the secret to being a good blogger?
I was about to say I wouldn't know. I think it is, there's different writing styles and there's different content focus, and there's a million different blogs. I think the reason so many are so popular is because they're different for whatever reason. Each one of the most popular ones generally are quite different. I mean, Sartorius, for example, is the first of what he did, and that was really unique. It was really simple. It didn't have to be any kind of work of genius. All the guy did was take a camera around the world and start taking photos of people. And there was an audience for that, and people really enjoy it as a work of art as well as a commentary on fashion today. But I think that being original is really important, and I think being different as well. I mean, there's a million copycat sartorial sites now. No one reads them. So being first with something, being original, being different is what makes a blogger, I guess, popular and successful.
Okay. And lastly, what's your retail heaven?
I didn't actually know what you meant by this question. Is it as general as what is my ideal kind of shopping experience, or is it
just what is your retail heaven?
What is my retail heaven? I don't know. Christian's would probably be an unlimited shopping spree down Savile Row. Mine would probably be, I love travel. Probably a trip around the world, stopping at one major city in each continent, and be able to visit the local markets rather than big shopping centres. I have a lot of pieces in my wardrobe that are, this is the scarf I got from London, or this is the pair of sandals I got in Byron Bay. I like pieces that remind me of place or reflect a culture. So probably a big trip with local markets.
Okay, wonderful. That's the end of the interview.